Time running down. The give is to Smith. Smith powers up the middle, gets across the 45-yard line, 47-yard line.
I was going to ask Samantha Steele, who's down on the sideline, on the near sideline here. You're on the south sideline. What's it like down there with those guys? First of all, are you okay? It's not too cold, hopefully.
Yeah, it's easy for you guys to say up there that I'm not too cold. I think the north team over here has a huge advantage because everyone on the south sideline is freezing as you're walking past. I think, they were all friends yesterday, but they're becoming a lot closer during this game.
Now, how is the north sideline colder than the south sideline?
No, I'm not saying the sideline is colder. I'm saying they live in the north. They're used to this kind of thing.
It's acclimation. I misinterpreted.
These guys are from Florida. They're like me. They're freezing.
Gotta be careful there. I didn't know what she was talking about.
Here's the give again to Smith on 3rd and 3. He's able to get around and across midfield, across the 45. That'll pick up another first down. And so right now, we're seeing the Stars start to move the ball a little bit there.
Well, Smith, I tell you, he does a good job running. He's a single-season rushing record holder at Union in Kentucky, so he does a nice job here finding his way to the outside, over 1,370 yards for that one season. He's got speed. That's what they like about him, and has the ability to get out there and make a play. And a young man who's a sports management career major and wants to get into sports management and work for an NFL team perhaps one day.
Gary, he's probably pretty warm. He's been doing a lot of the work here for his team, trying to get the spark going. Feaster now looking to go long down the sideline. It's a little bit long. It is intercepted. Pass is picked off there. It's picked off by Lear Biddle. And Biddle's going to keep going. He cuts across the field, gets out to around the 40-yard line. He still keeps going, gets another block, but finally is brought down from behind by Zavarius Robbins. Otherwise, he might have picked up much more there. And just again, when the South looks like they're starting to build things up, they are stopped by the North. North leads 7-0 here in Salem, Virginia. Downstairs to Samantha Steele.
Guys, I'm doing a little investigative reporting down here. I told you it was cold. These guys look freezing, but I think we learned a way to figure this out, right? Please explain.
That's how you do it.
This is how you do it. You gotta put your hands like this, cover them up like that. You gotta keep exchanging and keep them moving, baby.
Is it working? I mean, your arms right now are turning white. I think you're still cold.
But my fingers is warm, baby.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right. Thanks, guys.
I think, Sam, one of the problems you're having is I'm not seeing any gloves on your hands.
Well, that was Antonio Harris speaking up. He got it all figured out. Get the gloves on and keep them working.
We got a bouncing ball, and on that play, they're going to be a little warmer on the south sideline as they turn the ball over on a fumble there. And so the South gets the ball, where they'll have it 1st and 10 inside the 40-yard line.
There's that Willie Taylor that came out for the football, number 25 for the South team. You see the pitch here, a ball just never handled. Then you see the contact, and I think number 25 does come up with it. So
Shea Dwyer unable to hang on to it there. On the pitch, hit him on the hip and bounced down to the field.
Well, good job now. The offense gets a chance to get back out there, and now Feaster's got to find a little bit of consistency here. You got to be careful throwing into that deep zone coverage, which is what got the interception on the previous series.
Feaster has Matumba standing right next to him. Uses him as a blocker. Pass complete to the near side, right on the buttons for Dixon. Jeremy able to get 4 or 5 more after that. That'll be a first down. And again, starting to move towards the goal line are the South, but they had this opportunity in the first quarter before turning it over. Let's see what they can do here.
Yeah, when we talked to Coach Iruli, we talked about Jeremy Dixon, number 21 there, and he said he's got some motor. He's got some scoots. He likes him. He likes what he does with his hands with the football, so you saw him there being elusive and get around the defender to get some extra yards.
It's 1st and 10 from the 25. The give this time is Matunga. Matunga gets around one man, nearly breaks free before he's dragged down from behind, pulled down heavily by Taylor Russell on the play.
Yeah, he eluded a tackle by Matt Dibble from Ithaca. A young man had him around the waist, but you see the power that Matunga runs with, so able to break that arm tackle at the line of scrimmage and get some extra yards.
That'll make it now a 2nd and 5 from the 20-yard line. Second quarter, 8:09 to go.
Yeah, 3 receivers trips to the field here.
3 receivers out to the right. Feaster has Mathona right next to him. Elects to make a pass, just almost picked off. The pass is complete to Dixon. And Dixon able to get maybe about a yard or so.
Keno Velez does a nice job, the defensive end, doing a good job of getting his hands up, and that's one of the things in this ball game. You have to work on those offensive linemen, getting that quick cut block on those 90 hitch screens that you're seeing in college football to get those defensive ends hands down, and obviously a good job of catching the football, making something happen afterward, but still a third down here and manageable now for Feaster.
This time, 2 receivers go each right and left. Feaster has the ball, 3rd and 4 from the 19. He takes the snap, he looks to the near side, pass intended again for Dixon is incomplete, bounced off his hands.
Yeah, inside technique there. He just got away from the free safety who's out there in coverage, Nick Pantaleone, and obviously a chance to catch that football. Dixon does not come up with it, so looks like we may have our first field goal attempt here of the evening.
7:07 to go here in the first half. The North leading 7-0. It's the only score.
Yeah, we got Gordon Craig coming out there for the South team to attempt looks like about a 36-yard field goal.
Yep, let's go with that, 36. It is down, it is free, it will be short. So it's 7:02 to go. Here in the first half of football from Salem, Virginia, it's still the North leading by 7. 7:02 to go in the second quarter. 7-0 North. Let's go downstairs to Samantha Steele.
Yeah, guys, I'm with Justin Feaster, the QB here. Now, you're the only one staying warm out here right now, running around. You guys are kind of driving down there on that last drive. What do you think it takes to kind of get over the hump with an all-new team?
Well, it's always hard for us whenever, we've only had 2 practices, so, we're all, we've got a lot of great players out here, and all the mistakes are going to happen at the beginning of the game. But the coaches are getting on the sideline. And we're doing a lot of good things, and we'll bounce back and we'll play some sound football.
You just got a sack, so that's always a good thing.
Absolutely.
Now, are you able to make any audibles out there? Are you changing the call at all?
We are. The playbook is very limited, and I'm getting more familiar with it. So as the game goes by, we're getting in the rhythm, and we're able to make a couple of checks.
So obviously this is the last game for everybody out here. What's next for you? What are your goals for the future?
It's just a blessing to be out here with a bunch of guys who share the same love and passion for the game as I do. And a lot of people out here, this is their last chance, and a lot of other people, they're out here to showcase their skills to possibly play at the next level. So we're just going to come out and just play as tough as we can.
What would you say to people that maybe haven't paid much attention to D3 football about your experience over the last 4 years?
It's been amazing. I've been at another school at a different level, and the change of Division III football has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. And not only do you get to play football, but you share the same locker room with a band of brothers that is unlike is like no other. So it's been great, and I just want to say hi to all the Hardin Simmons guys, Coach Keeley, Coach Wardis, and all the HSU Cowboys. Stay purple.
It looks like you're making some new friends out here, and your defense is doing all right for you right now, so I'll let you get back out there.
They're doing great. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Justin. Back up to you guys.
Sam, thank you very much. Gary is a coach yourself. Nice to hear that. The young man saying hello to his program back at home and all of his coaches.
No doubt about that. He's kind of a family guy. His dad, Ronnie, and his mom, Sherry Feaster, both of them really just brought up a good young man, and obviously very, very poised and liking what he's doing.
There's a timeout on the field. It's still 7-0 in favor of the North. Jacob Karen talking with teammates there as he gets ready to take his team. He still has a 7-0 lead with 5:32 to go here in the first half of football. He's got a 2nd and 12 from his own 18-yard line. Everyone's onside. Karen dropping back, feels pressure, fires to the near side. Pass is caught and then dropped. Pass to the near side to Mackey was caught and then dropped.
Yeah, and Jacob Karen takes a pretty good hit here at the end of this throw. Stands in there, waits. You see the pressure from the defense getting him, and Mackey the ball right in his hands and just does not pull it in, kind of trying to run before he gets that ball secured and tucked away. And take a look at the shots that the quarterback hits and takes. Those catches you got to make to move the chains.
Blazing Kona about ready to punt the ball away for the North. Bad snap, he gets it away. It's a short kick. It'll go across midfield down to around the 40-yard line, where it's picked up and fumbled, and picked up by the North again. Another turnover for the North, this time on the kicking play.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan Bull comes up with it, number 42 there for the North team. Does a nice job in coverage, and you know, sometimes you pick those balls up at risk. What I mean by at risk, well, it's bouncing around as a returner. You're thinking, okay, you can get this ball, get it cleanly, but you got to get it tucked away quickly, and then he doesn't get it tucked away well enough and cause fumble that time. Obviously, on the return there, Zach Blyer does a nice job of knocking the ball away. Number 73 right there with his right hand, and then
that's when he thought he could get it until Blyer got the hand in there and popped it free. So it's now 1st and 10 for the North from the 35-yard line as they march again with a 7-0 lead. Here's a pitch to the near side. Could be a flag on the play. Looked like it might have been a face mask. The pitch that time was to Blyer.
Yeah, it's actually just kind of a forearm under the neck here. Watch, he's going to get his forearm in the tackle here up under the runner's neck and just haul him down. So right there, not a face mask, but a good hard tackle up around over the shoulder pads for sure.
So Jacob Karen giving the ball to Shea Dwyer. That now brings up a 2nd and 11 on the play. Ball was now marked at the 36-yard line. Under center now is Karen. He's feeling pressure and may get sacked, trying to get away from it. Tries to throw the ball away, and it is almost picked off there. Pass was intended for Matt Shepard, and Karen was in trouble that time, Gary.
Well, he's a big quarterback, and he's got some mobility too, and he's able to fight off the defensive players as they're coming at him. So this is just an attribute that he has. It looks like that he's going to get sacked, but look at that stiff arm that he puts out there on the defender. Doesn't allow him to get into his body and throws the ball away into trouble there, but didn't really come down in the hands of the white defense.
So now it's 3rd and 11, again from the 36-yard line. A lot of moving back and forth up and down the field, but the scoreboard has been quiet. Karen stops at the 45. Looked like he was going to throw. Now tucks it down, gets across the 30, down close to the 25, where he's running about the 27-yard line.
Karen does a nice job. Sees a seam up front and just kind of exploits it. Instead of throwing the ball down the field, uses his legs and gets 8-9 yards here on this play. As you just watch him, cuts right in there. You see the hole. Well, there's nobody in our frame, so hey, he sees it as too. So you go right through there, and good job here coming up, making a big sure tackle on the quarterback.
It's Antonio Harris pushing him out there. So we're looking at another kick attempt here. And setting up again is Dan Winsey. This has some speed. And it is good. That is a 44-yard field goal for Dan Winsey. And he extends the North lead now to 10-0 with 3:35 to go in the first half of football.
Yeah, cool night, tough, hard leather. These new footballs kicking them, so not easy to get, not be able to get that through the post. But he did a nice job kicking the ball. Good job by Winsey.
Well, there's this game that's being played here. We also have some quarterfinal games coming up, Gary. Some good games, and then the final game will be played right here.
Yeah, some excellent players, obviously, on these football teams, and not getting a chance to play in this All-Star game, but they've got their work ahead of them as they get into the quarterfinal action for Division III college football, and then semifinals, obviously, next weekend, and then the finals right here in this stadium, the Stag Bowl for a Division III championship, and it's a nice venue for it. And they come out, the fans come out and have a good time, and it's been a kind of a mainstay here, and they really do a good job here. And obviously the folks here set up for this ball game for the D3 Senior Classic have treated us well, and it's a nice venue for these players to come and enjoy themselves here for their last go-around in college football.
How about on the 18th when the finals played here? You think it's going to be about the same temperature? You think it's going to start to creep down a little bit more? We are in the South after all.
Well, I don't know if this is so much south. It's a little further north than a lot of people like to say, but it's going to get a little cooler. You know, it's kind of hit and miss those days. The game is played, I believe, in the day. I'm not exactly sure whether it's a daytime game or an evening game, but during the day, it'll probably be a little warmer for these guys.
Blazing Kona again will kick off. with his team now leading 10-0 over the South. The North in blue, a navy blue, kicks off to the South in white. Getting the ball, trying to bring it out with a little pressure there is the receiver, Jeremy Dixon. And Dixon gets out to around the 30-yard line before he's brought down. And that's where the South will start it off here, trailing now by 10.
Well, the defense has done a pretty good job, I think, from the North of shutting the South team down and, taking the ball, getting it back to your offense. And that's the things you need to do also. So I think that obviously there's an opportunity here for Justin Feaster to try to find a way to get something going now. He talked about being a Hardin-Simmons Cowboy, so he's got to ride a little better than what he's doing right now.
Out of Glen Rose, Texas, trying to get his team going. They trail by 10 now. 1st and 10. Gives the handoff very quickly to Armand Smith. Smith struggles.
And nothing happening there. The defense just eating them up inside. So it's tough running out there, guys. I think it's not an easy night to get away from this defense. Both of them got speed. Both defenses have speed on the field, and they're defeating the offensive linemen there at the point of attack.
Armand Smith stays in the backfield with Feaster. It's now 2nd and 11. Ball is on the 30-yard line. Feaster drops back. Good pressure by the North. He's just going to drop it out on the far side. That pass incomplete.
Yeah, and Andrew Heim does a nice job of getting in there, number 92, and got teammates as well up there trying to give him some pressure, and that's obviously what he was trying to run from. Darrell Brown, number 93, also for the North defense. And you put that kind of pressure on him, he has nowhere to go with the football. He's just retreating. So the North defensive pass rush just bringing forward, getting some pressure.
From the 30-yard line.
So now we have 3rd and 11 from the 30. Feaster trying to get some more instruction from the sideline. Smith moves. Feaster feels the pressure, gets out from 2 handholds, and continues to hold the ball and get across the 40.
Now we're going to get a penalty here.
And a penalty there. Hit on the way out of bounds that time. Knocked out by the North.
Dylan
Chandler, yeah.
Just got to know where you're at on the field. You're going to add 15 more yards. I think he got the first down anyway. Good job that time by Feaster getting out there, and then just a late hit here, and that's way late. That's way outside, and I don't know if he just lost control where he's at, or in an all-star game, that's something you not really expect to see.
Personal foul, number 46. Late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty, an automatic first down.
Earlier tonight, Greg, we talked about driving over here that there was snow coming out. A few little snow drifts, and picked up a little bit as earlier tonight. Just kind of gone away, I think, so far.
It is crystal clear out here tonight, Gary, but nonetheless cool. So now this is 1st and 10. The ball's on the 41-yard line. Feaster with pressure. He's going to fumble the ball. The ball comes free. The North goes after it. Now the South is still going as it squids along out to around the 44-yard line. Both teams had good chances to recover the ball, and it looks like the South recovers there, and maybe to a gain on the play.
Well, actually what happens is the North, they're trying to be heroes and pick this ball up on the defensive side of the ball. Feaster, you're going to see the fumble come in here as he just tries to run away, and it's knocked out. Good job by them, but now the defense tries to pick it up and run with it, but they can't do that. Can't get their hands on it. It was Kenil Velez who actually caused the fumble in the first place, and his teammate should have helped him out.
2nd and 12. They move the ball ahead about 3 or 4 yards. In an all-star game like this, you're just trying to do something, trying to get a team together in a few days of practice, and so you're bound to see turnovers like this.
Well, you're just not going to see the precision that you're used to using, especially, on an offensive system here. And you take a look at this South offensive team, and, this team usually they like to do some things they just don't have the time to work on and get prepared to run the football and do the precision passing, and most importantly the pass blocking, because you don't have schemes that can defeat a pretty good pass rush. So yeah, you're going to have some balls on the ground just because of don't have the opportunity to work together.
And they're talking it over right now. There's 1:39 to go. The North scoring with a touchdown. Mike Penna, a 1-yard run. That was in the first quarter. That made it 7-0 in favor of the North. And then Dan Winsey just kicked a moment ago, a 44-yard field goal. That made it 10-0, and that's been all the scoring here so far.
Yeah, Coach I really calls timeout here for the South team, trying to preserve a little time on the clock here for his offense. That was his first timeout, I believe, they've used. So
the South has sputtered, but they're still not far away, and if they can get something here in the final minute and a half or so, it will make the second half all the better. Feaster drops back. He's at midfield. Again with pressure. Gets away. He's going to drop down and be sacked on the play just inside the 50-yard line. Good pressure put on again by the North.
Daryl Brown, number 93, getting back there, putting pressure on Feaster, and I think he's the one that actually comes back and clips him by the heels to get him down finally. And
Andrew Haim in there as well.
Well, so actually the North team is actually calling the timeout here as it's 4th and long, and so obviously they're looking to get the ball back. But with the South team about to punt, you know, they're going to be backed up, I think, when they get that football. A little surprising that they're just wouldn't just take the ball and try to, you know, run the timeout on the clock.
We're glad to have you along here tonight as we bring you coverage of the D3 Senior Classic right here on America One.
Yeah, well, coming up at halftime, you're going to have some pretty unique interviews, and you're going to talk with one of the local dignitaries here. I think, is Samantha going to be speaking with someone as well?
I believe Samantha's going to take halftime off. It'll just be me talking with some of the local dignitaries, and then we'll take a look at a highlights package. And then we'll do it all again next week as well. We're going to get the same group of broadcast team together and head back into upper New York State, where it's, of course, going to be about 40 degrees warmer. Here's the snap, and the kick is a good one, down to around the 10-yard line, where it's a fair catch. Pulling it in there is Joe Lopez. And so the North, with a minute 14 to go here in the first half of football, will have the ball and a 10-point lead.
We'll take a look next week on America One. We'll have the FCS Senior Scout Bowl, and that's going to be coming to you from New York State. And we'll be up there with a 2 p.m. kickoff Eastern time, so check your local listings for that. Should be a good, fun ball game. Some more college football action. I'm seeing George St. Lawrence here, one of the founders of this week. He's going to join us here in the booth here shortly. Have a little visit.
And also a presentation of the good folks at America One. It's 1st and 10. The ball is on the 10-yard line. 10-0 the score in favor of the North. Dropping back, Jacob Karen with the left-hander going down the far left-hand side. That pass is incomplete, intended that time by Rick Ritter.
Well, you got to like the confidence there. Let your quarterback come back and step off his goal line and toss the ball down almost to midfield and try to make a big play and get something happening before halftime. You know, 1:08 left. The thing you probably wouldn't want to do is, you know, just chew up a couple of seconds here for the next couple of plays, not move the sticks, and give the ball back to the South team with a minute or so to go, or just under a minute.
The North really has controlled most of the clock, but they have just a 10-0 lead. It's 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Karen looks to go near side. Pass is complete to Shepard, and that is knocked out of bounds there. Clock stops there. That's one of the things we're going to see here today with a lot of the passing game. It's going to be a long game because they're not running the ball as much as they would during a regular season or playoff game.
Well, the clock continues to run in college football, except for, you know, you get a first down and reset the clock, and then they'll move the chains. But yeah, they try to keep it moving along. So some of the new rules that they affected in college football 2.5, 3 years ago now, you know, for keeping the clock moving, it's kind of affected the game in a positive way because there is so much passing now in college football.
Karen, right across the middle, has a man open. Pass is complete to Shepard, and he pulls it down at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and the clock stops on the first down, so that's why that they're trying to utilize this passing game this way and get the ball in better field position. Now you take a look here from the quarterback's perspective, right down the middle between the two safeties. Well thrown, good catch that time, and a good first down. So now up at their 40-yard line, the North team here have a chance to continue to move, and they start the clock again, so did not take a timeout. So we're just at 50 seconds to go here in the half.
Karen doing a very good job moving his team in the final moments of the first half. The pass was intended. Knocked down on the play and getting right back up was R.J. Mackey. And when he fell down, he didn't have a chance to get up and catch that ball. It is incomplete now. And so with 42 seconds to go.
That's a little bit of a 90 pass, quick pass to the outside. The offensive lineman trying to actually cut block and get the defender's arms down. See Coach DeLong there on the sideline.
Still 10 yards to go. It's second down. Kieran. Lefty goes off the far side. Picked off! The ball's picked off on the far side. Intercepted there by Strickland. And Cordell gets the ball and brings it across midfield, in across on the 40-yard line, where it'll be first and 10 now for the South with 34 seconds to go. And that plays just into what you were saying, Gary, giving the South a chance.
Yeah, when you have opportunity knocking and you have a chance to make a play, go ahead and make that. And Cordell Strickland actually does that. Ball here thrown a little bit over the receiver's ability to catch the football and try and get it to Mackey, and goes right into the breadbasket there, so he's able to pull that ball down. Now the South has a chance with 34 seconds left. They've got a couple of timeouts left, I believe, also, Greg, to move the ball down the field, perhaps into field goal position.
Feaster standing now at the 45-yard line on his offensive side of the field, drops back to the 50, fires it across, passes complete, right on the numbers that time. Gets the ball right in the midsection to Lear Biddle.
Yeah, I think Parker might have got that ball on the outside. Justin Parker catching it, getting out of bounds pretty quickly. So good job that time by Feaster getting it down. So they're now at the 31-yard line, probably at the top end of the field goal range, I would suspect, for their field goal kicker. Cool night. Ball is very, very firm and doesn't travel very well tonight. So probably like to get at least another 5 to 10 yards before they could at least attempt a field goal.
4 receivers set now for the South. Feaster gets the ball to the near side. Dixon catches the ball, get down inside the 15-yard line with just under 20 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, good clock management now by the South. They call that timeout, gives them plenty of time to operate, and I think that was just their second timeout. I think they've got one more left here on the scoreboard. They're not updating that for us, so I think the South team has used 2 timeouts tonight. So they'll have a chance to, go anywhere where they want to on the field. As you see Feaster here step into this throw, and when you put the ball in Jeremy Dixon's hand, he's a really elusive player. Guys like him with his speed. He's a kick returner, so he's a guy that can make a big play anytime he has the ball in his hands.
So now we're under the very important time of trying to get the ball into the end zone. It's 19 seconds to go. 10-0 the North. And timeout now. They're trying to figure things out. What's been working? What should they go for here? The passes obviously worked, but then they've stalled as they've gotten close to in the end zone, in the red zone here.
Well, when they throw the football, if you're willing to throw it in the middle of the field, you're looking to use that last timeout, because I'm not sure they want to have a lot of time evaporate on the clock. I don't think they could get anything quick. So they're looking to probably get the ball to one of those 3 receivers at the top of the field. Has got a trips formation there to the top of this field and have a chance to throw it down into the end zone.
Matunga is in the backfield. No one spreads out to the left side on the near side of the field. Here's a pass with blockers. It is complete to Dixon. Dixon gets around one man. When he stepped back, though, to go a little further, he was caught on the play and is brought down right at about the same part as the line of scrimmage. They're around the 14-yard line. This is the final timeout now for the South.
Yeah, what a good tackle that time by Lear Biddle, the safety, coming up and making a good tackle on an open field there on Jeremy Dixon. Jeremy Dixon, he's kind of got the bubble screen here working. They fake it backside, and then you go near side. He brings it all the way across the field. This takes time, but it looks like he's got a lane, but watch Dixon come in here, Lear Biddle, and do a good job of cleaning him up. So that's a nice inside-out tackle. A little breeze here tonight, too, down on the field, coming from our left to right, and going to be in the face of the kickers if they do actually try to attempt a field goal. I think they're plenty within range here. It'd be about a 31, 32-yard field goal if they attempt it from this distance. So
Gordon Craig is warming up his foot on the near side for the South. Right now, though, with 11 seconds to go, it's 2nd and 10 from the 14-yard line.
And you got to do something where the clock is going to stop after this play to give yourself a chance.
Feaster looking towards the end zone. In pursuit, just floats it out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't leave that on the field. You've got to get the ball out of bounds. You've got to stop the clock. So be very surprised here if Coach Iruli doesn't bring his field goal team out there with 4.8 seconds left on the clock. Now you got to go with the field goal team here, and that's what I think they're doing. Going to bring them out there looking pretty late here. Play clock down to 25 seconds. They've got plenty of time to get that going, but
Number 13,
Gordon Craig is the kicker. They will mark the ball at around the 21-yard line.
Number 83, TJ
Looks like he's kicking into the wind now. A chance to put his team on the scoreboard. Snap is down. It's long enough, and it is good. So the South waits till the last moments of the first half. They get on the board and make it North 10 and South 3 here at the D3 Senior Classic in Salem, Virginia. So they intercept the ball. They got the opportunity. Feaster moves the team down, and they set it up and get 3 points. So it's a nice turnaround for the South.
Yeah, it's a risk you take if you're the North coach. You're saying, hey, I've got a big quarterback, throw it down the field, and a bad thing happened, and then they capitalized on it. The South team did a good job of getting points on the board with a field goal here to end the half.
So the teams head into the locker room where it's a little bit warmer probably, knowing that they've got to come out here, but there's an awful lot to be at stake in the second half. Let's go down to the field now with a special guest. Here's our own Samantha Steele.
Down here with Coach DeLong, guys. Coach, defense stepped up big for you. Some big stops in the red zone, a couple sacks on Feaster. Are you pretty impressed with the way your defense showed up with very little preparation?
Well, the defensive front is playing with great speed and intensity, and yeah, we are pleased with how they're playing. They have great speed, and they've got some outstanding receivers, and we're able to keep some pressure on so that they can't get that pass game in rhythm yet.
Coach, you've been doing this for a while. What's the goal in a game like this? Obviously, it's a very short period of time with a group of guys you don't know very well. What are you hoping they take away from this?
Well, we're hoping that they get a chance to know each other, and we really hope that they have some fun. For a lot of kids, this is certainly going to be their last game, and we want them to walk off the field, proud of their effort, having fun, meeting some of the guys that they actually played against in the season. But we also want them to play well.
You're heading into the locker room now, but you're trying to motivate a group of guys that you don't really know all that well. How do you do that? It seems like a pretty tough task.
Well, these guys are all high performers, so they motivate themselves real well. We'll make a couple of little adjustments, and they'll go in there and yell at each other, and they'll take care of the motivation by themselves.
Like football players do. All right, we'll let you get in there. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Sam, thank you very much. His kicker gets the points on the board that keeps his team from being shut out.
Coach, you're moving the ball well. Just turnovers seem to be the name of the game. Are the guys playing a little bit cold, having a hard time hanging on to the ball?
Well, I think, we just got to do a better job, like I said, securing the football. And we talked about it at halftime. You're exactly right. We're doing a good job moving up and down the field, but we've had 3 turnovers in the first half. We need to eliminate that, and I believe we should be very successful offensively.
You still look like you're having fun out here. You saw the trick play early. Should we see more of that in the second half?
We got a couple ready to dial up here. We just got to get the right opportunity, but we're very excited about playing the second half.
Coach, in my impressions, you seem like a good motivator. It seems like the guys are kind of rallying around you. What'd you tell them in there?
Well, I told them, hey, this is the last 30 minutes of most of y'all's career playing college football, all right? This is going to be the most important 30 minutes because it's going to be your last 30 minutes. Go out, have fun, and get a win for the South.
All right, we'll let you do that.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you
Coach.
very much. Appreciate it.
All right, Sam, thank you very much. And we are underway with the second half. North leading after the first by the margin of 10-3. And on the kick, it's received by the South. They come out with it. It was Smith. Armand Smith gets the ball back around the 20-yard line before he's brought down. And the South, who got themselves back in the game, found their way back into it. Let's take a look at stats from the first half.
Yeah, not a whole lot of offense here in this football game. Obviously, they can't rush the football. North, obviously, 8 yards, and their quarterback, Jacob Kieran, is leading rusher. He got 17 yards on the day. So he's got some minus from the sacks, but really the turnovers, too, in this football game, 3 for the South. We talked about that with Coach Iruli, and that's kind of been plaguing them. If they can clean those things up, I'd see a little more better production. But really, this is a game that's probably going to be predominantly a passing game, Greg, and we knew that from the start. Didn't expect to see a lot of run here.
And we're not seeing an awful lot of run. Let's see what happens right now as the South comes back with the ball. 1st and 10. The ball is on their own 19-yard line. And let's see if they go right to the